Hello YouTubers, and you can see the intro on the screen, so feel free to pause it and read it yourselves. So we're going to do a quick ban list prediction / thoughts video. I went on Google Slides and found this little slideshow for you. So here we go, let's click the slide. So this is the tier list from DU Dick Umbrella's YouTube himself. Channel, Dead Universe, or whatever he wants to pretend it's called. He did a community tier list, and we got the top tier 1 decks here. We've got Hoodie, Medusa, Central Town, Rocks, and Jessmon. So my hits are mainly on those. We got Raw Knights to talk about. People keep talking about Raw Knights. I've got some stuff to say about Raw Knights. I play a lot of Raw Knights. So got that in there as well. But the main reason I got this image in here, if you look right at the bottom, what's D-Links doing in Rogue Tier? Yeah? I'm the regional grand champion with D-Links, you know, just last year. What's in Rogue Tier? Come on now. People need me to rock up to their locals with it, yeah? And then you'll see if it's really Rogue Tier or not. Anyway, that's a video for another time. So let's talk about the big, bad boogeyman of the format. Tumblemon. You thought I was going to say Hoodie? I know. Tumblemon, burn this. Kill it now. Put it at 0. Who made this? Why does this exist? Burn it. Kill it now. Put it at 0. Hit being able to get it from trash. You know, trash it in the source. It's in trash. The tamer says put it back in the sources so they can trash it again. Then they can do another tamer to get it back out of trash. If they have multiple of these, it just goes crazy. No, put it at 0. It's like when they hit Matt, that purple Matt tamer, out of purple hybrid, because they could just keep getting it back out of trash. This is exactly the same thing. Put it at 0. Burn it. It was a mistake. Enough said. Hoodie. Hoodie. Now, Hoodie's obviously like the tier. There's 0.5 there. Everyone's big talking about it. There's lots of different things people are saying. People are saying, you know, pan bear it with the CS rookies. You know, there's lots of weird things you could do with Hoodie. I don't think it's been around long enough to justify just hitting Hoodiemon herself to 1 or 0. I don't think it's been around long enough. Okay. So what would I do? Well, so I've got one or two choices here. Now, I know Bandai love their pair ban-ins, pair restrictions. I don't really like them. I think eventually it'll get very silly and there'll be this big massive list of pair bans. It will get confusing and hard for people to keep on top of. But they love them. So I think you could pair ban Hoodiemon with both Shaq and Venus. I'm sure there's other CS level 5s that are yellow, that Hoodie, you know, can digivolve on top of Hoodie to get into Venus for the control variant. Because the options are very good control options. And obviously Shaq, obviously being able to enable the top end of the loop by recurring pieces, and it, you know, it being the DNA that lets you swing, Hoodie again. But I don't want him to hit Shaq, because I play Shaq in Angels. So don't hit Shaq. Don't hit Shaq to 1, because I play that in Angels. Thank you very much. Just pan bear it with Hoodie. And chuck in Venus as well while you're doing the pan bears. You know what I mean? Leave the CS rookies, because, you know, nobody. Who else plays the CS rookies? They need to see some play. Don't just let you draw cards. It's not like the Galaxy ones that print memory, and they're still legal. So leave the CS rookies as they are. Just do this pan bear. Alternatively, if you really want to not completely kill the deck, just hit all these tamers to 1. They're all a bit silly. Hit them all to 1. They let you recur pieces or play those options for free, which is a bit broken in the Black Tamer. So you can hit all these to 1, or just try the pan bear. I think eventually, if it's still too strong after this ban list, maybe they'll have to ban Hoodie in the end herself. But she's a secret rare. It's not like a Pockley, where a Pockley was just good with any level 6 ever. Hoodie has pieces that she has to have to be good. She needs a Hoodiemon trait Digimon. Eventually, you could just hit all the Hoodiemon trait Digimon to 1, and all the tamers to 1. Whereas you can't hit all of the level 6 to make BT15 to Pockley, you know, in line. That's why they had to hit BT15 to Pockley. But I think Hoodiemon can survive this ban list while just having some side hits. It definitely needs some sort of hit, but it hasn't been around that long. It's only BT23. Give it some time to breathe a bit more. Especially with the rise of the new TS decks that are really strong, the new Liberator support in EX11. I think Hoodie is going to come down a peg naturally anyway. So just give it a bit of a slap on the wrist for this ban list. If it's still bad, next ban list, hit it harder. That's what I think. So that's Hoodie there. Then we have these three. I think there's going to be a few one-offs for some of the other decks. So I think Dan and Yuki. I think BT24 is so new. It's such a new set. Didn't this come out in January? Do you know? This come out in January. It's like so new. But I don't know who printed this. I think all three of these cards have something in common. I don't know who printed these overtuned cards, but they can all be hit to 1. So this Dan and Yuki gives you an extra memory. I mean, if you've got 4 or less, that doesn't matter. If you give your opponent 5 memory, you've probably lost anyway. Then end the turn. This lets you, once again, like with what I was mentioning with the Hoodie Tamer, this one lets you use use a TS trait option for free, as long as you've given your opponent lots of memory. But you know, it doesn't matter if you control the board a gazillion times. And then, a lot of these TS option cards link to Digimon. So you use the option, you link it to a Digimon. Oh, and then that Digimon can attack, so you can use the when attacking effect of the linked option. So you essentially get to use an option for free twice and attack. Let's hit this to 1. This is very silly. This is my only TS hit at the moment. I said the decks are all still very new, and the Liberator decks can probably keep them in check because they got a lot powered up. So for now, this could be my only hit. I haven't played against Maruki OTK, so I haven't experienced it. I know people have said that Sylphimon could probably be hit. I haven't played against it, so I don't know what that's about. So I'm a bit biased there. This Gankamon's very silly. If you've got the Bow Huck that reduces cost by 2, you can slam this down for 6. And then you can have this invincible board, because it can Digivolve in the Ganku X for free from hand or trash. And then the invincible board, and next turn they just kill you because they have like 5 Digimon that are invincible. So this could be hit to 1. I think this is overtuned. Jessmon's got quite a few tops. So Jessmon needs to be hit somehow, and a lot of them are using this Ganku Jessmon variant. Once again, it hasn't been doing a lot. I think it took people time to work this out. When this first came out in BT20, people weren't really doing it a lot. And I know the BT23 Jessmon really helped the deck, but it hasn't. I don't see once again, BT23, not around a long time. Maybe hit this, see how it goes. Maybe Jessmon will need more hits going forward. But there you go. And then this Lamiamon. Who printed this? What is this? Who printed this? This thing rips a card out of your hand and trashes your top security. What if on a 5? On a 5? What? Why is this allowed? Hit this to 1. This is very silly. I know Medusa hasn't done a lot, but once again, it's a relatively new deck, so it will do a lot. I think it came second in the American finals. So yeah, it hit something for now. Once again, it's still also that's why you go back to the Hoodie thing. All these decks have come around. Do you know what I mean? With all this other shit coming on, I think you might need Hoodie to keep them in check. But I think obviously Hoodie does need a hit, but. No, I hate this. This is overtuned. This is very, very silly. Yeah, and then my next slide is another Medusa hit. I don't know how. I haven't played against Medusa. I don't play Medusa. There's only one person currently our locals playing it. So I don't know how exactly you would do this hit, but the general idea is another pair ban. Pair ban all these Medusamons with Crimson Blaze. So basically what these Medusas all do, they play petrification tokens on your opponent's side of the board. 2. A lot of the time they're playing 2, because it's like when Digivolving and end of attack, or just play 2. So your opponent probably has 2 petrification tokens, so they can play Crimson Blaze for reduced cost, because they have 2 Digimon, those 2 tokens. And then it deletes them. So for 4 costs, you delete these tokens because they've only got 3k, so you trash 2 of their security, and then they can't play Digimon by effect. So I don't know exactly the most elegant way of doing this pair ban, but some pair ban, and even if Bandai have to make some weird bullshit up when this will be too convoluted, but they could just go, any card that makes petrification tokens can't play Crimson Blaze in their deck. But yeah, I think some sort of pair ban. I think Medusa's very strong. and it's already had results from its BT24 support, so I think it could get a hit. I mean, I've seen Puppets with the new X11 support, obviously Greenbirds, Vortextramon with the new support in the X11, but they weren't really doing anything before then, so they're too new to be hit. But I think Medusa could get a hit. That Lamia definitely, and then some sort of pair ban with the Medusas and Crimson Blaze, perhaps. But yeah, I just think that combo is very silly. But that's those. Now, there's one more set of cards I want to talk about. Obviously, if you know me from the channel, you know I play a lot of Royal Knights. So before we go into talking about Royal Knights, this is an advert for AD01, the set that's coming out mid-March. And they specifically advertise that you can play Royal Knights from cards from AD01 by itself, right? And they've got a specific picture of King Drazel 7D6 from BT13. They're not hitting this card. Hitting this card's one would kill the deck. Nobody's playing Last Guardian for 4 memory. Nobody's playing their One of Purge for 6 memory. They're not hitting this card. Anybody thinks they're hitting this card? Disneyland. They're not hitting this. This is slow. Royal Knights is a slow deck. These new EX11 decks and the Time Stranger stuff are really fast. Really, really fast. They're not hitting Drazel. Don't be silly. I do think they may hit Royal Knights, but it's not going to be Drazel. So we go to the next slide. I think they're either going to pair ban Drazel with these 2 tamers. This Tax Knights thing is a relatively new thing, and this seems to be the thing that actually tops a lot. And it feels unintended. I don't think when BT13 came out, and I was playing during BT13, people weren't playing Keenan Criers in their Royal Knights deck. And there's a lot more effects that play Digimon by effects now. So I think this is an unintended combo. And Hiroko, also similar thing, RBO1, can gain memory on your opponent's turn when they play Digimon by an effect. So they may pan-bear these 2 cards with Dre, so I could see that. It seems unintended play style for the deck. Alternatively, they did just give Royal Knights a new Omekamon in the X11. So they might just hit BT20 Omekamon to 1. It's not been good for, the whole time since BT13 Royal Knights. But since BT20 came out, with obviously Omni X and this Omekamon and Last Guardian all coming out, and the Call Boy coming out all at the same time, and a bunch of other cards, it has been up there for quite a while. BT20, I would say, is when you could start going, okay, it's been a good few sets. It's been a long time. Maybe they want to take this down a slight peg. It does keep those sort of, if you go back to like a DU's tier list, anything in like tier 2, Royal Knights will keep most of that stuff in check. Anything tier 2 and below, keep that in check. So if they do want to hit it because it's been around for a while, I don't think it needs hitting. I think it's too slow. I played Royal Knights. I didn't play Tax Knights. I played pretty much a normal build of Royal Knights on Monday's locals. I only won 1 game. I lost to 2 Vortextramons and I lost to Creepymon. So don't tell me the Royal Knights needs any hits. I lost to... No, Creepymon's pretty good. Pretty good now with its new support. Jesus, that could be a next ban list. That could be a future ban list watchdog. Creepymon, that new option. They mill their whole deck, their own deck. They have this option in there that's in their trash, and it lets you it mills your opponent's entire deck because you can activate all 4 of them at the same time when they digivolve in the Creepy X or some bullshit. Anyway, that's around for another time. But if they do hit Royal Knights, and it wouldn't surprise me, because there's a lot of people crying online about it, and they do seem to listen a little bit online to people. I think they'll either do this pan bear because this feels unintended, or they gave a new Omekamon in the X11, so ban the old one. The new one, it's harder to cheat out on the X because you have to have your opponent delete the EX11 Omekamon. And it hasn't even got a blocker, so the only way you can force them to delete it is they've got mandatory when attacking DP minus this Digimon, or when attacking delete your opponent, and it's mandatory. It didn't say you may. It's the only way. So there's only certain decks that works against. Otherwise, unless you're going to play Shoto to force it to give it blocker, or the Leopard Ace, which will give it blocker, you have to go through a lot more hoops. It's a lot harder to go into the cheating on the X play with the new Omeka. And that's how I think they should have hit Mirage. I think they should have printed a new Mirage and then hit BT11 Mirage. So if they've done it this way, at least they've given us Royal Knights players an alternative Omekamon. to run with. But that was the last slide. I've seen some people say they should hit the 1 cost options. They're not really doing much. I mean, what they've been playing in Hoodie because it's multicolored in some of these multicolored decks, so they could hit them. Maybe they don't want multicolored decks to have access to Gravity Crush, Shining Blinding Ray, and Hammer Spark all in the same turn, and because they're multicolored, they can play them all. Just pan bear against them all each other. Like some of the purple decks that aren't doing anything, I've seen people say they should hit Grow X, they should hit Serb X. Those decks aren't doing anything. They're not topping. They're not much. They're not really doing anything. And you go back to DU's tier list, none of these decks are in the top tier of the community, and that's community voted. And the only votes that count are the people smart enough to realise they have to log in to Tier Maker for their votes to count. So it's only the smart people's votes that count in that tier list. If you know what I'm saying, so I'm sure DU would appreciate that. But yeah, I don't know. I don't think if they were like winning and they had the same win rates, a lot of Hoodie or even topping, like some of these other decks, then maybe hit some of this purple shit. But it's not doing anything. I don't know why people aren't playing Gallant. I think Gallant's probably still quite strong, but I know it's fallen off favour and people aren't playing it. So why hit it if nobody's playing it? So that's my thoughts. Let me know what you think, all 2 of you that watch this. If you're not subscribed to DU Digimon, you should subscribe to DU Digimon. He does some good content. All 2 of you that watch this, you can watch him as well. I'm going to try and end this video now. Thank you very much for watching. Bye-bye for now.